Hello viewers, my name is Mr. Adebanjo and I want to strongly welcome you to today's teaching. And we are still on plane geometry. We have talked about angles on the straight lines. We have talked about angle in parallel lines and how we could use them to solve problems. Now we are going to be discussing triangle in this video. What we need to understand on triangles and what constitutes a triangle, what we can see in the triangles, and some theorems in triangles, and how we can use those theorems to solve problems as well. As you can see on the screen right now, you're having a triangle. Of course, a triangle is one of the plane shape that we have. It's one of the plane shape because it's a two-dimensional shape. So a triangle is a plane shape with three straight lines bounded together. You can see this is a straight line, another straight line, another straight line. But what happened to all the straight lines? They are joined together. That's what we mean by bounded together. So these three straight lines are bounded together. So that's what make up a triangle. We can also say that a triangle is a polygon. It's also a polygon. Triangle is also a polygon, and it's a plane figure with three straight lines bounded together. So when these three straight lines are bounded together, a triangle is formed. Now, a triangle has different properties, or some properties rather. A triangle has some properties. What the first property is that it has three sides. As you can see clearly on the screen right now, it has three sides. This is a side, another side, making three sides. And based on what you have already learned on angles, that angle is formed when two straight line meets. So when this straight line meets this straight line here, an angle is formed here. Also another angle is formed here, another angle is formed here. So also in a triangle, you can see that we have three angles formed in a triangle as well. That's another properties. That is, every triangle has three angles. So that's why we're calling it tri. Tri means three. Triangles. So three angles in it. So that's another property of a triangle. So we are going to be seeing different types of triangle that we have shortly, different triangles and what constitute them and how we can name those triangles. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, triangle can be classified, or we have classification of triangles. So we can classify triangles based on the number of sides that are equals. You can name a triangle based on the size of the triangles. You can name a triangle based on its size. How many equal sides do we have in the triangle? So we can name the triangle based on the size the triangle possesses. If you look at the first triangle you're having on the screen right now, that one is called scaling angle triangle. Scaling angle triangles. A scaling angle triangle is a triangle that has all its sides not to be equal. All its sides are not equal. If you have a triangle and you can see that all the sides are not equal, none of the sides are equal, that means a scaling triangle rather. It's a scaling triangle. You can see on the screen right now, this side is not equal to this side. That's why you're having one stripe on this line, two stripes on this line, and three stripes on these lines. So it means that none of the sides are equal. So none of the sides are equal. So that is an example of a triangle, or a type of triangle you can see that a scaling triangle is one of the classification of is one of the type of triangle you can see. I told you triangle can be classified by the number of sides that are equal. So if none of the sides are equal, then it means it's a scaling triangle. Then we also have isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle as one of triangle as that we have. Isosceles triangle. What can we say about isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides to be equal. So it's a triangle that has two of its sides to be equal. As you can see now, this side is equal to this side. That's why you're having a stripe here, another stripe here, showing that the the two sides are equal. Showing that the two sides are equal. That's why we're having the two sides, each stripe on the two sides. This is a stripe here, another stripe here, showing that these two sides are what are equal. So whenever you have a triangle and you are told that two sides are equal in that triangle, that means that triangle is an isosceles triangle. Another one we have another classification of triangle based on the number of sides are equal is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is also another type of triangle that we have based on the number of sides that are equal. Equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is a triangle with all its sides to be what? To be equal. Now, when they have a triangles and all the sides are equal, that means the triangle is called an equilateral triangle. You can see that this side is equal to this side, is equal to this side. That's why you're having one stripe on all of them. This side is equal to this side, and it's equal to this side as well. So all the three sides are equal. That's why you're having one stripe on each of the sides. So that's an example of equilateral triangle. Also, we can also classify triangles based on the angles the triangle possess. We can also classify triangle based on the angles we have in the triangle. You can also talk about it. You can also name a triangle based on the angle it possesses. The one we are just talking about now is based on the size the triangle possesses. Now we can also name the triangle based on the angle it possesses. When that one is, if you want to talk about that, we can be saying that we have the first one to be acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle. We have already talked about what different types of angles that we have in the previous videos, from acute to right angle triangle to obtuse to reflex angles. So anytime you are having triangle and each of the angle is less than 90 degrees, it means that triangle can be called acute angle triangle. Any triangle that we have and each of the angles in that triangles are less than 90 degrees, that means that triangle can be called acute angled triangle. And if you look at all this angle we are having here, this angle here is less than 90, this is less than 90, this is less than 90. So it means that this triangle can be called acute angle triangle. Another triangle that we have based on angles that the triangle possesses is obtuse angled triangle. Obtuse angled triangle. Obtuse angle is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. That is obtuse angled. So when you have a triangle and one of the angles of that triangle is greater than 90 degrees, that means it is an obtuse angled triangle. When you have a triangle and one of the angles in that triangle is greater than 90 degrees, it means that triangle is obtuse angled triangle. As you can see, this angle that is what's it colored here, this angle here is more than 90 degrees. If it is 90 degrees, this line is going to be straight like this, but it's not straight. It's more than 90 degrees. That's why this triangle is called obtuse angled triangle. Then another triangle that we have based on angle is called right angled triangle. Most times students tend to think that this triangle is called right angle triangle because probably this angle is at the right hand side of the shape. That is not the case. That is not the case. If you have gone through the different type of angles that we have acute angled, right angled, then obtuse and reflex. This symbol here, this shape you are seeing on the screen right now, this shape is called right angle. This one, this line and this line is called right angled. Right angle. And that is why, because we're having a right angle in a triangle, that means that triangle is called a right angle triangle. Because when you have an angle in a triangle to be right angle, then that means that triangle is called right angle triangle. So of course you know that we have three angles in a triangle, but if one of the angles we have in that triangle is right angle, that means that triangle is called a right angle triangle. As you can see right now, this shaded angle here, or this colored angle here, is a right angle, as you can see. So that's what made this triangle a right angle what triangle. And of course, you know the value of this right angle is 90 degrees. If you, I believe you know that. So that's another triangle that is formed based on angles possessed by the triangle. So we have talked about the triangles, the definition of triangles. We have talked about the properties of triangles. It has three sides and three angles. We have talked about classification of triangles based on sides it possesses, scaling angle triangle, scaling triangle rather, scaling triangle, that is, it has no size equal. Then we also have isosceles triangle having two sides equal. Then we have equilateral triangle having all the three sides equal. Then we have calculation of based on angles that the triangle possess, based on calculation based on angle the triangle possess. The first one we talk about is acute angle triangles, that is each of the angle in that triangle is less than 90 degrees. Then we also talk about obtuse angle triangle, that is one of the angles possessed by that triangle is greater than 90 degrees. Then we also talk about right angle triangle, having one of its angles to be a right angle, which is 90 degrees. So this is all about triangles and its properties and the different triangle that we could have. So in the next video, we are going to be talking about some theorems in triangles, and we are going to be using them to solve problems. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do that. Like the video, share the videos, comment on it, and as you do so, may the good Lord bless you. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.